Welcome, Atlassian ecosystem friends. My name is Ray Oakes. I am an Atlassian certified professional at XPM, a Valiantis company. I'm going to take the next few minutes to discuss how filters work in Jira. As you can see, we're in the issue list screen here in the Calculating Transmitter project. It's a software project. And here's the list of all the issues in that project. Now, a quick way of finding a specific issue is if you know what is in something that's specific that is in an issue. So in this case, I know one out there has DDE. So I'm going to type in DDE here. And you can see it searched the issues and it found one with DDE in it. Okay. So in this bar right here, in this filter bar, you're going to see different columns. These are what I would call AND columns. What that means is whatever you select here and whatever you select here and here, if you select something, it's an AND condition. So this and this and this has to match before it'll show an issue in the issue list screen. So let's try that out. So I'm going to go to type, and I'm going to go down to story. There's story. And let's go to task. All right. Now you'll see in the background that all these are either stories or tasks now. Okay. We're going to go to status. And we're going to select close. Now, if you notice status, they're all open. So I'm going to select closed, and you don't see any. That's because there are no closed issues of story or task type. So I'm going to take that back off. These are all open, so I'm going to say open. And they will stay there because all the stories and the tasks are all open. Get rid of that. Something else you can do, and I should mention this first though, these selections are OR selections. These columns up here are AND. These selections are OR selections. So whatever you select in here, it's story or task. So let's go down here to the more. So under more, I'm going to go to resolution. And I know there's some issues out there that have a resolved in the resolution field. So I'm going to select resolved. And it doesn't show any. And why is that? Well, because these are ANDs and there's no story or task that is resolved. So I'm going to take off story. I'm going to take off task. And you can see that all the issues that have a resolution of resolved are showing up now because I added that field into the search criteria, the filter criteria. So let's say we want to save this filter for later, okay? So I'm going to go over to Save Filter, and I'm going to give it a name. I'm going to give it a name of Resolved. Now in this window, you'll see viewers and editors, okay? So viewers, you can select who has access to this filter. Right now, it's private. So you can click the down arrow here and you can set it for a project or for a group, an organization, a user, or in this case, private. And for editors, same thing. I'm going to select user here and I'm going to select a user of, I think there's a Marsha out there. Yeah, Marsha Cook. Say Marsha Cook. And yeah, that user will be an editor. So I'm going to do a save. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this out, which will give me a list of all the issues again. But now I'm going to go up here to filters and I'm going to select resolved issues. And you can see that this comes up with all the resolved issues. I think I actually had another one up here too. I did one called resolved, which is basically the same thing. But you see that I just did a quick created or saved a filter, created the filter, saved it, and then I can have a quick access to it up here. Okay, so let me get back out of this. Now we're back to all the issues again. Something else I'm going to bring up here, and I'm going to add this in again. Now you can see what's happening here. There's a lot of issue types down here, and I'm having to go through, scroll through a bunch. So story and task, and it'll show me these, looks like six issues. So these are the basic selections that you can make here for filtering. But I'm going to take you a little bit further in and go over here, see where it says basic. I'll take you a little further in, do JQL. JQL stands for Jira Query Language. So we see that it's calculating transmitter is the project, and we have two, a story and a task, or two different types, a story and a task. So let's see what JQL shows us. So this is the actual JQL code that is created by using the basic filtering. So in this case, project equals cat. You can see cat is the project ID. It says and type in story and task. So back here, if you've got a number of different issue types that you want to select, you don't have to keep scrolling to do that. You can go over here to JQL and you can add this in, okay? This one says order by created in descending order also. That's just another way of listing them in the issue list screen. So JQL, and JQL is pretty powerful. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to, see here, I'm going to select this one here. Go into it, and I'm going to see that I know this one was created today. So we'll just see if we're going to do a, created date is greater than start of day and type in story task. So let's see what that gives us. All right, so this is the same ones because I created all these things today. So here are some of the things you can do with JQL. Project equals cat, and created date is greater than start of day, and type in story and task. So these are all the things that, now some of these are the ones that we did in the original basic filter. You can see basic is grayed out here because now that we have this created date is greater than start of day, basic can't handle that, so you can't go back to it. What you can do is you can click reset, and it'll reset it back to what it was, and then you can get back to basic. So one of the things I want to make sure that that you also understand is like in, you can do an equal here, but in this case, since we have two different issue types that we're working on, we have to have in here, and then separated by comma in between parentheses. Now, something else that you want to be careful about, and I got to see if there's any. Okay, ask a question. Okay, so we'll go with that one. We're going to go to JQL, and we're going to put in and type equal to ask a question. Now, you'll notice that, see, we probably don't have any in ask a question, and we don't, but that's fine. when you have a task or something that you're something you're searching for that has spaces in it, you have to surround it by quote marks. Otherwise, it'll think it's just another parameter. So that's why there's quote marks around ask a question. Although we don't have any, let's create one here. Let's see if we can get ask a question. Ask a question. We'll do it create. And there's the ask a question because we have this type in here and it has the quote marks around it. So let me take the quotes off and show you what happens. You can already see the red right there telling you there's something wrong. So do a search and it'll come up with an error and say, I don't understand it. All right. So then if I put the quotes back in, that is a valid search. And there's ask a question. So you can see how powerful this is. You can, I'm going to go ahead and do a reset here so we can get back to basic. So you can use this search issue field to look directly for an issue that has something that's in it. Now you make it more if there's something like, I'll just put in story here. Put in story and you can see there's stories here, okay? And this is, once again, this is in the calculating transmitter. And these are the and columns. These are the or fields. And you can build your filter using these things first, and then you can go to JQL and dial it down even further. All right? So hopefully that helps you understand filtering more in Jira. And I appreciate you watching, and have yourself a wonderful day.